Hello folks, I am in the middle of so many projects I can't even keep track right now. I'm working on the Rosette again with the bigger refractor. I'm working on Orion. Let's see what else. Like I said, I'm having a hard time keeping track. I'm working on M82, and I captured some luminance for M82. I had a lot of HA. I captured some luminance for M82 the other night, but now with the moon near 90%, I tried luminance tonight. Forget it. The ADU is way too high. So I found another HA target I can work on for now, and the mean readout is very reasonable at 640. That's almost normal for me. So even with this bright moon, so that's good. And I'm doing 3-minute exposures like I normally do. And that is a single image of the OWL Nebula. And I am impressed. That's a single raw image, and I can already actually see the eyes, if those are actually supposed, if those are the eyes, if that's what this owl represents, an owl head. That's a lot more detail than I thought I was going to get for one image. So that's pretty good. And right now my guiding is 0.88, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would be better considering the direction I'm pointed in. I thought this is more north. And it's been a crazy day. I didn't even think I was going to get out tonight. My dad is 85 years old, and I had to take him to the hospital today. He's having some bladder and kidney issues, but this is kind of normal for him. So whenever it acts up, we take him to emergency, and my brother and I, we take turns. He'll stay with him overnight because he works during the day, and then I'll stay with him during the day. But I don't think it's going to have to be in the hospital too long. But, I feel funny imaging while my dad's in the hospital. But, hey, it takes my mind off it, and I'll be with him tomorrow during the day. So, anyway, I will see you later. Hey, a few days have passed, and now I'm capturing oxygen for the OWL Nebula, and my guiding is now 0.50, so, or 0.49, which is way better than it was that other day. So you never can tell what the factors may be. Nothing else has really changed. And I still haven't calibrated PhD2 in probably a month now. And I still get good guiding like this. Go figure. Oh, and by the way, my dad is out of the hospital now and feeling great, so it's all good. And hopefully I'm going to finish the OWL Nebula tonight. And we'll see how it looks. I'll be back. Wow, I finally finished a deep sky object. Seemed like it's been a while. But I captured 10 hours of the OWL Nebula, 5 hours in HA, and 5 hours in oxygen. And oxygen came out pretty strong, so these are my original stacked images, 5 hours for each, and you can see the typical brightness I get around the edges for oxygen, usually when there's not much signal coming through. And I definitely had to do a background extraction on that to try and smooth it out a little. Maybe I didn't do that good of a job. It's still kind of weird looking, but it's the one on the left I think is better than the one on the right. So I used this one, not the one on the left. And I came up with 2 different combines. Let me show you the first one. I put HA in red and oxygen in green and blue. And that's one of my combined versions. And that's the other one. And surprisingly, it came up very green, maybe because my oxygen was so strong in this one. Who knows? So these are the 2 different combines. I chose the one on the left. I thought the nebula was a little less green and a little more red around the edges. And I got this one to be maybe a less green. It's by actually increasing the intensity of HA. I just ran maybe a little bit of extra curves on the HA before I did the combine, and it gave me a little more color in the nebula. And then once I got this combine that I liked, I ran the typical, you know, let's see, SCNR. I think that's usually pretty good for getting rid of the green. And it looked like that, although I might have, I can't remember now, but I think I actually masked off I usually mask off the nebula, so I'm really just working on the background. I didn't do it in this case. And then I'm not going to create the mask. I showed you how to do mask in the video before this when I was doing Orion, if you want to see different ways of creating a mask. But then I also ran, I created a mask for just the OWL nebula, and I ran HDMR multi-scale transform again, just to gouge out those eyeballs. Watch this. Because I didn't think it was so bright in the middle, I didn't think it had much definition in there. And now you can see the eyes better. Let's go back and forth. That's before, after. And I kind of I call them the eyes. I don't know what other people will call them, but if it's an owl head, I guess those are supposed to be the eyes. But I like the after, as opposed to just, you know, almost solid white nebulosity. And so, but that was my original combine right here before I did anything, and this is the final version I came up with. I played with Photoshop a little bit to, you know, try and make it a little more colorful, and I settled for that. I don't think it's too bad. But I did 10 hours on this object, but, you know, it was so bright, I don't even know if I really needed to, but with the moon so bright, why not? I just stuck with it and stuck with narrowband. This is kind of an interesting looking star over here on the left. It almost looks like it has jet streams spewing out of it. You know, I didn't use any dental floss. I didn't try to create diffraction spikes, but I don't know what's going on. I've seen this in other people's images too. Not sure what's going on there. Only on the sides here, not up or down either. Very interesting. That's all I got. I'm glad I finally finished something. I'm going to be finishing up the rosette pretty soon too. It's going to be another clear night, so I'll have 2 down. It seems like it's been a while. Well, now I'm rambling, so I'm going to say so long here. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I will see you later.